This is a Hot Pie Original.
Welcome to the Gray Area Podcast with me, Chad Fisher. No more.
Yo, it's Aaron Cheatham. Yeah, we out the house, boy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gray Area Podcast. I am Chad Fisher alongside my co-host, Mr. Aaron Cheatham. Aaron, how you doing, man?
I am fantastic. It's kind of like that lean in on it. Like,
Yeah.
People listening, they're like, what is going on? Like a fly? Or Peter Griffin? Fantastic.
That's all good. That's pretty good.
Do you know who Peter Griffin is?
I don't know. Is that fucker from American Dad or something?
Family Guy.
Family Guy, yeah.
How did I know you didn't know who Peter Griffin was?
I'm not a fan of Family Guy.
Why are you not a fan of Family Guy?
I don't know. The 10 minutes of it I watched, I hated.
You gave it 10 minutes?
That's about how long I give shit, man. 10 minutes. If you don't catch me in 10 minutes, I'm done.
For life?
For life. Yeah, dude, because I can usually tell when the show's going to be funny or if I'm going to like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's to each their own, but I have like certain tastes and interests, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't watch scary movies either. I don't understand that shit. I don't understand why people watch scary movies. That's fucking weird to me. You're like, hey, like I saw like a review of a scary movie recently, and it's like, I was terrified for weeks. I couldn't sleep for fucking 3 days.
Why would you do that?
It's like, why would you pay someone to do that to you? That's so ridiculous.
I can't wait for the sequel.
Yeah, I can't wait till can't wait till I'm afraid to open my closet door for the rest of my life. It's like, why are you doing this to yourself and paying someone to do it?
Yeah, I feel that. I'm not a horror movie fan at all.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I'll watch a horror movie if I have to. But
I won't. I will not. I'll straight up leave.
No, like there's some things that you know, when I was younger, come on, man, you know what I'm talking about. You turn the horror movie on. There's some times where it's like, you'll watch a lot of stuff to get some draws.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of things you'll do.
That's how you used to get in draws back in the day.
Right.
Watch a scary movie, wait for it to get terrified.
90% of the scary movies I've watched have been over some draws.
Yeah.
That and dramas, like any type of any chick flicks.
Yeah.
Okay, rom-coms and chick flicks are different things, right?
Yeah.
They are?
No, I think they're the same.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, yeah. I don't know, unless it's like,
Sarah,
I guess like...
are rom-coms and chick flicks the same thing?
Like chick flicks, I mean, I guess it could be like some...
Like The Notebook. Like The Notebook's a chick flick, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a rom-com. I guess
it's definitely not a rom-com.
It's definitely not a rom-com.
Some shit.
All right, so I don't watch like those sappy stuff. I can't watch any emotional, inspirational movies that people cry. Like I can't do that, scary movies. But I'll watch them if I think I'm gonna get some draws out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the majority of those movies, I'll watch.
You about to you watching some Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants Part 3?
Ain't no coochie that good.
Oh man, I got a somber shout out, man. I had a friend of mine pass away last week. I just want to give him a little shout out. Cody Adams is a good friend of mine. Super funny dude, man. Super fun dude to be around. He made fun of my car when I first got I got a new car, got that Volvo, no big deal, just a Volvo, but he made fun of it one time, man, and every time I would get in my car, I always think about it, and now it's like a different meaning, man. It's sad. I just also want to take this opportunity to tell people that, like, if you got friends that are going through a tough time, they're having like issues and stuff like that, man, like hit them up, because we are all we have, you know what I'm saying? There's the mental health system in this country is awful. It doesn't really, a lot of people fall by the wayside. It's unfortunate. And people that are going through substance abuse problems, depression, anything like that, man, and you can't be everybody's savior, man. You can't change your entire life to care for somebody. But what you can do, man, is check in on them, hit them up, text them, you know what I'm saying? And then at least just suggest resources for them and stuff like that, man, because I feel like there's a lot of people going through a lot of shit, man, and we gotta look out for each other, man. I don't want to get too sad, but you know what I'm saying. Shout out to my homie.
That's all real talk.
Yeah.
Shout out for sure.
Yeah.
My first shout out real quick. This name is going to sound familiar to you because I've shouted her out before, but we didn't release those episodes. But then she did something else that was worthy of being shouted out. So I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Tracy Braxton. She won. She got second place in the NPC City Limit Championships in bodybuilding.
Yeah, I remember.
So I mean, she's been killing it lately, man. She's a mother of 2.
Dude, that's awesome.
Around 40, she is a personal trainer, and then she got really serious about working out, exercising, living right, eating right. Became a bodybuilder, and I'm not going to say her exact age, but she's our age. She's upper 30s, close to 40, and she came in second place in a bodybuilding competition. It's amazing. It's amazing. So shout out to you, Tracy. You're killing the game, girl. Keep working hard.
Mother of 2.
Mother of 2.
That's the hardest job in the world, man.
Yeah, and still have time to help
Parents,
people with their fitness goals and reach your own fitness goals at the same time.
Yeah. First headline: Austrian hospital amputates wrong leg of elderly patient.
Oh, well, that's some shit.
Yeah, in Vienna, an Austrian hospital amputated the wrong leg of a patient. It said on Thursday, blaming human error for what is called a tragic mistake. In a town of the same name near the Czech border, Freestadt is the name of the town, near the Czech border, said in a statement, previous sicknesses have affected his legs to the point that his left leg required amputation.
What city was that in?
Freistadt.
Oh, you know who's from there?
Who?
Motherfucking, what's that boy's name? Dick Felt?
Hey, man, you gotta wait like 3 episodes. Man. You're fucking killing the joke,
it's
man.
It's dead.
3 episodes from now. 7.
It was all distraction.
I'm gonna bring that shit up like 8 episodes from now. I'm gonna tell Siri after this fucking interview that hey, remind me in 9 weeks to bring up Dick Felt.
That's the exact message you want your girl to find in your phone.
Dude, what's so hilarious about this though is that they it takes a while to cut off a foot, man. It's not just like they just take it like a guillotine or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So he's like going through it and just like, like I don't understand how he didn't know how that's not something you like quadruple check before you do the surgery.
But you hear about stuff like this in the medical industry a lot, where people go in for surgery and they get the wrong thing taken out, and I mean, it's not as much as before. Like when we were younger, it was.
I remember hearing about this shit all the time.
Like the malpractice suits were big in the 90s when we were younger. Yeah. Not as much now, but still, it's like this just rings back to, as you're telling me. I'm like, this sounds like some shit that used to happen to a lot of unfortunate white people that had medical insurance. We didn't have insurance. We just lost shit.
You just lost it anyways,
the toes just fall off. Diabetes.
The mistake was first noticed during a bandage change on Thursday morning. So like this dude didn't even know. He got out.
So they took the sick leg back. He went back to his room with the sick leg, and they go, go back and take that one too. We fucked up. My bad.
So the error appears to have been made shortly before the operation when the leg that was to be amputated was marked, the clinic said. Unfortunately, the mistake in which the right leg was removed instead of the left occurred as a result of a sequence of unfortunate circumstances, it said, adding that it was investigating what had happened and review its standards. Don't let fucking some high dumbass mark a leg.
In every job, there's just people that suck. You know what I'm saying? Every job, there's just people that suck at their job. And you look, it's everywhere. You would hope that in positions like this that you would have, credible people, but it doesn't matter. Every industry, every job, there's just people that suck at working.
Dude. And what's fucked up is they say right here at the end, the patient has been offered psychological assistance and must still undergo.
Fuck that. I want you to cut his legs off.
Cut his leg off.
And I want to watch.
And I want his beamer.
I want to watch. Cut his legs off. Somebody roll me a blunt.
That's fucked up, dude.
I'm gonna put my ashes out on this motherfucker's feet.
Poor bastard.
I'm gonna turn his leg into an ashtray. You cut my legs off? You cut my legs off. Your legs are furniture now.
Yeah, that dude need to be watching out for a dude in a wheelchair coming out from behind dumpsters for the rest of his life. I would give revenge.
That's the horror movie I will watch. I would watch this old dude go and kill, because he's going to be moving slow too, like Jason. But no, I would watch that horror movie. Oh, you cut my wrong leg off and my other leg?
Oh yeah, I'm taking your arms too, bitch.
I got a jetpack, bitch. I'm gonna fly.
I don't give a fuck.
I'll fly up on you.
I'm gonna he's gonna be riding horses and shit.
I'll cane the shit out of you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The old people, that's what they do. They cane. They don't fight. They just cane.
They just cane.
They cane you like a motherfucker.
Yeah, hell yeah. Final headline. Man with "fuck you" tattoo on forehead facing burglary charges. How dumb do you have to be to do this shit? Because
which part, the burglary or the "fuck you"?
Both parts, but definitely the "fuck you" part. Like you got to know that they're gonna know. Everyone knows what dumbass has got "fuck you" tattooed on his forehead. They're gonna be like instantly. Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, that's fucking Trevor. I know him. I saw him yesterday."
Yeah. You know what? Now that I think about it, he was late to work.
Oh,
what time did you say this shit happened? Because he was supposed to be here at 3:30. He didn't show up to about 5 o'clock. So, I mean.
I think he got a haircut, actually. No wonder. Yeah, this dude just
He had some glass on his shirt, too. I was wondering where that came from. I was like, what happened, bro?
This dude just looks like sweatpants. He looks like he don't wear nothing but sweatpants. And Ellen, dude, this is hilarious. Toronto Sun, they don't even know how to fucking write, dude. It says A Illinois man. Come on, man. Get your shit together.
It's Canada. They have different vernacular.
Okay, maybe, but
they don't have to say and. They don't have that N. It's just A.
Maybe, yeah.
Everything is A, don't you know?
That's true. But isn't that thing? It's just A, like letter A. An Illinois man named Angel may want to invest in a wig with bangs. How do they know all this shit? They're like, I got a guy for that if you want to hit him up. A wig with bangs to cover up the not so kind message tattooed on his head on his court date.
Oh, they're gonna love him in jail.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, he's gonna be somebody's missus real quick.
I'll fuck you real quick.
Oh, they can't wait to put him in pumps.
Yeah, and
put some Kool-Aid on his lips.
Yeah, and his name's Angel.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait till we go to the yard.
Yeah. Angel Shattini.
Shattini, all right. I'm going to tear that Shattini up. Yeah, bring them bangs and that fuck you over here. I got you, fuck you.
I got you, fuck you, and sell 27.
Shut up, hold my pocket. Hold my pocket.
You my bitch now. Angel Shattini, who has the words "fuck you" inked on his forehead, found himself in court again on Monday to face burglary charges. They reported the 45-year-old man was to appear before a judge in a Chicago suburb of Wheaton, according to this fucking smoking gun people, where the hell they are. He also goes by the name Alejandro Lopez. How the fuck he got such a weird? He got like an Italian name and then like a fucking Mexican name. This is fucking weird. Anyways,
bitches be tripping.
Yeah, he's appeared in police photos that date back to 2003, sporting the same tattoo on his forehead. Illinois State Police records showed that he is a registered sex offender with no listed address.
No.
Of course, yeah. Who would have thought that, dude? Yeah, he looks like all of those things, man. This dude is a fucking weird ass looking motherfucker.
I was trying to remember that name from last week. Take a shitta.
Take a shitta, yeah.
Shattini and Take a shitta. They should link up.
These two dudes should hang out. How does he go by Angel Scattini and then Alejandro Lopez?
It depends on what hood he's in. You know what I'm saying? When he's uptown, he's going to be Shattini.
True,
and then when he's downtown with the essays, he's going to be Angel Lopez.
He probably identifies as Mexican.
Probably not.
Yeah. I don't know.
He definitely identifies as dumbass.
Yeah. I was gonna say he definitely didn't identify as being a dumbass because he is. And this is like it's not even like a cool tattoo. It looks like a fucking first grader did it. It's awful. And it's not even colored correctly. It's just a terrible tattoo.
Colored correctly?
Yeah, it's just like, dude, it looks like it looks like it's green. It looks like it's fading big time, which is going to do because your fucking face is in the sun. You know he's in Illinois. There's still some sun up there. Dude's a dumbass.
100%. 100%
That's
dumbass.
Hilarious, man.
Well, we do have some guests this week. You wanna talk about let's bring in our guest?
Yeah, super excited about this, man, because these are people that we've wanted to meet for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And we've used their product for so long, man. So many nights you and I have been on a couple bottles.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man.
How did this happen, man? There's 2 empty bottles on our fucking table. And shit.
Right? No shit. Skrewball is a company that Chad and I have been very fond of. I came to know of Skrewball in 2019, right before I recorded my album. One of my friends owns a bar. He's a manager of a bar. I go over his house and we're hanging out, and he's like, "You ever heard of Skrewball?" And I was like, "I ain't never heard." He's like, "It's peanut butter whiskey." I'm like, "Peanut butter whiskey?" But he's always led me right when it comes to liquor and stuff. And he poured me a glass, and I was like, "Yo, this shit is banging," right? And I was like, and he's
so
like,
smooth.
Yeah, it was like nobody knew about it. He was like, "Yo, this is fresh off the market. It's brand new." And I was like, "Okay." Then about a month later, I had my wife down there, and I took her to try it at his bar, and she was like, "Yo, this shit is love." And ever since then, I was like, once I saw my wife liked it, I was like, "Yo, I'm telling everybody about this." I mean, I put you on to it like a year ago.
Oh yeah, dude, I love this shit.
I've probably legit told at least 150 to 200 people to go buy Skrewball. I stay with it in my cupboard. So we're big fans.
Some stock, man.
I would hope so.
Shit.
Today we have the owners of Skrewball with us.
Yeah, Steven and Brittany Yeng. How you guys doing? Thanks for coming on this show today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we're doing great.
We're super excited and, super excited to be here. We're like, gosh, we're really not very interested people. So, but we'll see afterwards.
Yeah.
I think you guys are very interesting.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
You guys have an awesome story that we want.
You're being very humble right now. You're underselling yourself. You guys are very interesting people. And we're going to find out more about that. But we like to play a game with our guests whenever they come on the show. Are you guys willing to play a game with us? You want to have some fun?
We'll do it. Let's do it. Screw it.
Screw it.
The game we're playing this week is a game that we call Don't Quote Me, Boy.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to give you guys a quote from a famous person, and I'll give you two options, A or B, on who said it, and you take a guess at who you think. You'll be competing against Chad. Are you guys ready to play?
We're ready.
We're glad it's multiple choice.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
No, I would not rely on myself to come up with who said this stuff.
Yeah, right.
The first quote we have: alcohol may be man's worst enemy, but the Bible says love your enemy. Was that Johnny Cash or Frank Sinatra? Chad?
It's Johnny Cash.
That was Johnny Cash?
Yeah.
Brittany?
Let's do with Frank Sinatra.
You're just going to dispute.
I'm just going to go opposite since he was buried with a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, and he did say that. It was Frank Sinatra that said that. Alcohol may be man's worst enemy, but the Bible says love your enemy.
Yeah. I think he was buried with a bottle of whiskey too. So.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
That I did not know that, but that would he definitely said that. Yeah. Next quote, point for you guys. Next one. The problem with the world is that everyone is a few drinks behind. Was that Mickey Rourke or Humphrey Bogart?
Humphrey Bogart.
I'm going to go Mickey Rourke.
Humphrey Bogart. Man, Steven, you are killing it. Yeah.
He studied or something. You probably gave him this.
50-50.
50-50, right? Yes, that was Humphrey Bogart.
I totally agree, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So far, every quote I've read has been
I'm like,
spot
dude,
on.
this is totally true.
Yeah, all of these are all facts. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Number 3. You're not drunk if you can lie on the floor without holding it. Was that Ron White or Dean Martin?
Ron White.
I'm going to go with Ronnie, too.
That was Dean Martin, guys.
Wow.
That was Dean Martin.
He used to get down.
Yeah, I was like, Dean Martin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. In wine, there is wisdom. In beer, there is freedom. In water, there is bacteria. Was that George Carlin or Benjamin Franklin?
George Carlin.
I'm going to say Ben Franklin.
That was Benny, yo.
Yeah,
that was old
George
Benny.
Wasn't a huge drinker, I don't think.
Really?
So, later. I mean, he definitely was earlier in his career.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, he went through that whole period where he was in jail and stuff like that and kind of a rebel. But I think once he turned 50, around a 50-year-old 50 birthday, he started chilling out. Smoked a little weed here and there. That was about it.
I mean, that does sound like a Ron White punchline.
Yeah,
though.
It does.
It sounds like a Ron White punchline for real. Number 5, guys. We got 3 left. I drink too much. The last time I gave a urine sample, it had an olive in it. Was that Lucille Ball or Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh man, I'm gonna say Rodney.
You say Rodney?
Yeah.
I would say Rodney.
You guys are right. It is Rodney. Rodney Dangerfield.
That sounds like a Rodney Dangerfield punchline.
Yeah.
It also sounds like something Lucille would say on Carson or something.
Yeah, it kind of
right?
does, yeah.
All right. Last 2. We're down the home stretch. The last 2. I think you guys are tied up. Or are they up? You guys are up 1.
They're up 1.
You guys are up 1.
Tied up.
Tied up? You're keeping score.
He's probably better at math than me.
Shut up.
I'm sure.
All right.
I want to tell you this Asian joke that, I failed geometry 3 times, failed math multiple times, and then, I'll bring the report card and be like, you're not a Asian, you're not a Bayesian, you're an Asian.
Oh, there you go, dude. I might steal that.
I'm not going
I can't
to.
say that shit. Yeah.
All right, number 6. That's hilarious. That's hilarious, though. Number 6. Always do sober what you said you would do when you were drunk. That will teach you to keep your mouth shut.
Oh,
was that Ernest Hemingway or Robin Williams?
Hemingway.
You got Hemingway?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go the great Robin Williams.
It was indeed Ernest Hemingway.
Wow.
That was Ernest Hemingway that said that. That's a really good quote too.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I'm going to be a mute drunk from now on.
It took me 35 years. It took me 35 years to realize that.
I'm not going to say anything when I'm drinking. Always do sober what you said you'd do when you were drunk. That will teach you to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, dude. I seriously, that's something I was literally just talking to my girlfriend about the other day. I was just like, yeah, I learned not to promise people things.
If I did everything I said I was going to do when I was drunk, I would be queen of the world right now.
Oh, I think it was when Hot Pie, well, we're moving to a new studio soon, and Hot Pie was asking, they just, one of the other people here said they're going to help move, and they looked at me, and I was just like, not saying shit. Right? I'm not doing that. I can already tell you right now, I'm going to hate myself if I say yes.
All right, this is the last one. Chad, if you get this one right, you win.
Oh, wow.
I think you should lose it, all right? Just
throw it. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Last one. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts and beer. Was that Obama or was that President Lincoln?
Steven and Brittany, you guys can go.
Let's say President Obama.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll say, you said Lincoln?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Lincoln.
You just playing devil, you're just going to go with the opposite?
I mean.
You're going for the win. You're playing for keeps right now.
I guess, man, you know.
Okay, you're right. You got it right.
Oh,
it was Abraham Lincoln that said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring them real facts and beer. And that's all it takes. And he's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Pretty spot on.
Those are all true, man.
Thank you guys.
We don't know our alcohol then.
Thanks for playing along with our game. That was Don't Quote Me Boy with Steven and Brittany Yeng.
Yeah, so Steven, I want to ask you, brother, both of you, you started out making a peanut butter whiskey cocktail, and then Brittany turned it into a brand, you know. So I want to know, how did you make that transition from just it being like an exclusive drink at your bars to now it's like a massive brand that I see like pretty much everywhere I go?
Yeah, I gave up, to be honest. Every single door shut on us.
Yeah.
You know, when we gave a call, hey, I've been doing this peanut butter whiskey at my restaurant, selling like crazy, you know, and then they're like, I'm sorry, what are you trying to make? And then I said, peanut butter whiskey. They put on mute and they're probably laughing their ass off, or the phone just clicks. I mean, for me, it was just, I didn't realize it's really a ridiculous idea, peanut butter and whiskey. So, I mean, I would have to go back to why I love peanut butter is that I was born in Cambodia, third world country. I think I'm the youngest polio victim. When I was around 1 year old, I caught polio, airborne virus, and my right leg became paralyzed pretty much overnight. Parents left Cambodia. We stuck into a refugee camp, stayed there for about 6 years, stand in line for food, stand in line for water, essentially spending all my childhood in a prison, and then got sponsored in the US. And so when I got there, the couple of sponsors saw us all skin and bone, would always give us basket of food all the time, and it consists of apple, bread, and there was peanut butter. I was like, holy shit, what is this? You know, and that's when I fell in love with peanut butter. So I started putting peanut butter in wings, fried rice, sake, whiskey.
Sure.
And it was just in that little hub in Ocean Beach, everybody loved it. And then when I'm like trying to expand elsewhere or trying to create this idea, they're like, are you kidding me? Peanut butter and whiskey?
Yeah.
So I really just, that was a dream. And then I told my wife, who is, have a master in chemistry with a law degree in pharmaceutical patent litigation. And she turned.
I think it's just, there's obviously, like Steve said, there's a great story behind it and it's a great product, and it's just encapsulating that. And that was kind of taking that, coming up with the Skrewball name, coming up with the logo, coming up with it a way that connected with other people, right? So it's there and it existed, and really just showing that to the world in a nice little package, I guess, is what we were able to do. And because the product is good tasting, and because it has a good story and it has all of these elements that connect, it was great for us entering the industry where we got to speak directly to the customer, and it was really them driving that.
So the answer is that, the wife.
The thought, like you had just said, like you wouldn't, it sounded weird to people when you would tell them, like the thought of peanut butter and whiskey, when you tell people that, when I tell them, oh, it's a peanut butter whiskey, they're like, ew, like, what's that about? Like, how hard was it for you to get out of, national, like to get your product out there in front of a lot of people and really get movement? Like once you came up with the name Skrewball and all of this marketing and the brand, how hard was it to expand?
It was pretty hard initially. I remember that I was sweeping floors, dusting off bottles, trying to get placements into a liquor stores. And I would just, we finally convinced somebody, hey, just put some liquor, just put some Skrewballs in there. And it's a place that's nearby the restaurant, the OB Noodle House and nearby. And I was just like, all right, this guy would not would not bring it in. And I told him, hey, I promise I will sell it really quickly. So I would call all my friends, all our staff, awesome. Just go in there and make such a big deal over it. Just be like, we'll just make such a big deal. So we'll release it at 4:00. And all of them just went up. Oh my God, you got Skrewball? You got Skrewball? Shit, I want that. And they're just making a scene. All of a sudden, this owner was like calling me. It sold out in 15 minutes. And I brought in about 4 cases. And the owner was like, I have never seen anything like this. What is this? I gotta get give me 15 cases. I'm like, well, I have to call a distributor. I'm not sure how quick we could do it, if we have any inventories or anything. Of course, we have plenty of inventory. Yeah. They were our first one. And so we got our distributor to drop it off, I think the next morning on Saturday. And all of a sudden, I'm like, he's like, hey, it's not moving. What happened? And I'm like, crap, I got calls, friends again, tell their mom, tell all that. Yeah. And it sold out again that day. So 15 cases. Damn. And then he called me again and be like, I want 300 cases?
Wow.
Everything. We're like, dang. There's no way I could get all my friends. I don't have that many friends. But I think that for our reputation in San Diego, we have Brittany and I, her dad was in the military, come from a very humble beginning. I mean, refugee camp to living in a garage and then living in a car. We went canning often to try and find money for ice cream, basically. So for us, when my parents did the donut shop, they always been a big part of community, always. First day of school, kids free donuts. Last day of school, they always donate. And when we did the restaurant, we have never turned down a charity. We have always donate big, normally we do $500 each teacher, 20 teachers, beginning of school year, so they could buy their own supplies. So I think that when they found out we're doing this brand, I think when people get out about that, all of a sudden they're like, hey, we want to support this. So we took over San Diego within a month. We landed major accounts, places that normally hey, you have to be a big deal for us to bring in. They're like, hey, because of you, what you've done in the community, let us bring in and support. So, and that's just how it grew so fast. So.
Well, I think, like you said at the beginning, of how you started this, that you were sharing it with your friends, and that's really the best way that a product is spread, right? And so we had a great story, a great product, a great brand, and all of these things kind of put together that people wanted to share the secret of Skrewball with their friends. And so, we're really thankful for all the customers that we've had that have really done a lot of our work for us. And so that's been an incredible part of this journey.
That's such an interesting story, man, for real. Just hard work and elbow grease.
Yeah, man. And it shows that even it doesn't matter what industry it is, that it takes a lot of work on the ground level. A lot of word of mouth. Word of mouth is still the king, with all the social media, all these different marketing things you can do. Word of mouth is probably still the best marketing tool this planet's ever seen.
The most effective, I'm sure. Yeah.
But and you mentioned that you've been our ambassador, by the way. We'll give you a commission check.
We're gonna get a lot.
So been in the work for a long time.
If you see a boom in the Austin, Texas area, that's because me and Cheatham.
The boom was about 9 months ago. Yeah. I was going crazy. I was your fan. I was out there at every. Do you guys got Skrewball here? Do you got Skrewball here?
No, yeah. There's a Specs down the street from my house, and they were always sold out.
It took a while until I can get Skrewball in the 2 liquor stores by my house, but both liquor stores by my house, because I would go in once a month. Y'all ain't got Skrewball yet? I'm gonna go down the street.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, I guess we got to get Skrewball.
I think when you mentioned that, it's something that is so out there. I mean, we're the first peanut butter whiskey.
Right.
Ever existed. many, I think 99% of people laughed at it. Right. Mm-hmm. And so when you're like, hey, just try it, because when you try it and you're like, I know something that they don't know. Mm-hmm. It's not excitement that then you want to prove it to them. Yeah. Dude, you're wrong all about that. And then you try it like, oh my God, this is awesome. Then now it's just kind of domino effect. And I think that would help us so much that people are excited about it. And also there's a real face behind it. It wasn't created in a boardroom with a bunch of white coats and scientists doing this. It's just, we're just mom and pop just trying to make it happen in the most difficult industry. I think it's a 99% fail rate. So I think the chance of us succeeding is probably the chance of us winning the lottery is probably higher than us succeeding in this industry. So,
I knew it was good when, because, the first time I had it, I thought, oh, this is really good. I thought maybe it's just me and my homeboy. But when my wife had it and liked it, I was like, oh, chicks shit. Like this too? Yeah, dude. This is a winner. I was like, as soon as my wife was like, dude, this is good. Let's get another one. I was like, okay, I'm not tripping. And if women like it and dudes like it, because there's some things like guys see a girl drinking wine, you're like, I ain't drinking no wine. You better bring me a Bud Light or whatever. Yeah. But this is something that like both men and women, I was like, oh, everybody loves this. It doesn't matter. Like, like everybody needs to know about this. And my wife likes it. She don't like nothing. So if my wife likes it.
Do you like peanut butter otherwise?
Yes.
Yeah, see, peanut butter is like one of my favorite things. Yeah. Man. I love peanut butter on everything.
Peanut butter is like the bacon of the sandwich.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, anything peanut butter is good with me. But yeah, when you mentioned this, I was like, dog, this is heaven.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
And then I'll admit, we tried an imposter once.
Yeah, it was terrible, dude.
It was not good.
Because they were sold out. The specs down by my house was sold out. So I was like, all right, fuck, I got to get something else.
There was no Skrewball, so you got like
awful, dude.
Some other brand, and it was like, what is this?
I ended up giving that away, I think.
It tasted like stale M&Ms.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was not good. You guys are great.
Yeah. But one thing that's really interesting is that you guys started this like together. You know what I mean? Most couples, they kind of use work as an excuse to get away from each other and stuff. You know what I mean? And you guys wanted to take this venture on together. I think that's really interesting. And how has it like changed your marriage? Or are you guys already like, do you spend a lot of time together, a lot more work time together because of this? Or do you guys in separate areas and stuff?
Well, we have we joke that our second daughter, we got pregnant like on the tour of traveling, trying to get this out. So
there you go. Yeah.
We joke that she's like
we met each other since elementary school.
Oh wow.
Started dating in high school, been together for quite a long time, more than half our whole life. And so I think
I was telling him, like, has it been like almost 20 years?
Wow.
Yeah, we're not that old. So and I think that what a lot of couples have been together for a long time, we start focusing on our career. Where I was operating the nightclubs or restaurants where I'll get home before sunrise, hopefully on those busy days. And she's working a lot East Coast firm, leaving home before sunrise. And so when we expected our first daughter and we just, she was a miracle child, we always want to be parents. And so we need to change because there's a lot of, they're like, oh, we were high school sweetheart. Yeah, we're high school sweetheart. And I think 90% of the time, we end up with divorce.
Yeah.
And so we know about the traction we know that if we continue on that path, we're probably going to end up being like that again. And we decided to do a lifestyle change. We chose family over, our success. I mean, she was at a major law firm, Latham & Watkins. I have extremely high successful bars and restaurants. And in the end, we're happiest when we're together, and we kind of like have this road to love again. And just our road to love again wasn't being together. Our path need to cross again.
I think we knew at the beginning of our relationship, it was always us kind of building things together and doing those things. And we had kind of gone apart from that. And I realized that was something that I wanted us to, I think when you're building something together, I think it's the best way to butt heads, but also to like grow from that and become closer ultimately.
And I think so. Peanut butter is actually the glue.
It's the mortar,
right? Yeah. And then it works so well when she's pregnant with our second kid, and we travel together as a family. We take our our daughter and our mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, would come, and at least we get to see our daughter late nights, early mornings. But then she's been to, I don't know how many zoos she's been to. She's been everywhere.
Like every zoo in the country.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's up?
And so, I mean, and then when in fact, it worked too well. So we're doing general sales meeting, and here's, she's like really showing her belly, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm talking about whiskey, drinking about whiskey." And we're just looking at this pregnant chick, it's like,
it's a sober reminder.
A sober reminder indeed.
That's hilarious. Man.
Who's the boss?
Like, who gave this girl a kid?
Who's in charge? Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell. That's how
every
it works.
house.
That's
every
how it
house,
works, man. That's
yeah.
the only way it works, for real. I want to talk about like your brand and everything. So like, because it's not typical of most whiskey companies, I don't feel like. You said it's made with the Misfits and Skrewballs in mind. Like, why did you guys gravitate towards that? Is that like how you guys are personally, how your group of friends are and everything?
I think it kind of goes back to, like we said, it was really encapsulating everything that created the story that created the brand. And so there's Steve, and he's probably your ultimate misfit, kind of, especially if you imagine where he came from, right? A very like traditional Asian family, definitely the black sheep of the family there. He's like trying to own bars and do everything.
Yeah.
To like fail classes. But, it was really just encapsulating. We had kind of created this group of misfits, black sheep. We kind of called them the Island of Misfit Toys, was what our bartenders were called. They kind of all washed up to shore at our restaurant. And it was where we found that really giving people the liberty to be themselves was a way for people to actually become successful and flourish. And so we just wanted to encapsulate that in the brand.
Yeah. And when you just give them a chance and believe in them, and that's when, and going back to the restaurants, when I was there, I mean, we probably at least have 3 or 4 people with ankle bracelet normally at one time. It doesn't matter what, we have a giant who's like over 500 pounds. We have a little guy who, like 4'2" or something like that. And we have gay, straight, it doesn't matter. But what we looked for was the heart. And I think that so why we call it Skrewball is that, we're a bunch of black sheep. Just like if you would tell, hey, mom, dad, I'm going to grow up to be comedians. And they're like, crap. Yep. We got But you found your crew. So that's why it's KREW in there. We're no longer that black sheep. We found our crew. We found our family. And at the end is all this brand, this drink. It's chances are your family will agree on it. It's for young, old, male, female, and it's something that we can all agree upon. So that's why the name Skrewball just matched perfectly. And it's Skrewball is like, hey, you guys are a bunch of Skrewball. I'm a Skrewball. So it's kind of like a term of endearment also.
It is, man. Like that's definitely the feeling that it encapsulates, man. I mean, you're hanging out with your friends, you got the Skrewballs. It's always good times, like anytime we're hanging out with some Skrewball. I mean, hell, I was at Creek in the Cave Wednesday, pounding down some Skrewballs, having a great night. Whitney Cummings was there. It was a fantastic night, and it was like anytime I'm drinking Skrewball, even when I'm by myself, there's always some laughing.
Oh yeah,
just the thought,
some
the name itself. When you think of Skrewballs, you think of I'm gonna have a good time tonight. I'm going to have a good time tonight.
I might go spray paint some overpasses or something. Who knows?
I'm not that nimble. I am not that nimble. I will fall.
The biggest thing is it's the alcohol industry, and you would think it's like this really fun industry that people are going out. And it's like, I went from law, which is pretty corporate, right?
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical patent litigation. And it was more corporate than I was used to as a pharmaceutical patent litigator.
People aren't just like always drunk, like, hey man, whatever, we'll do it tomorrow, man. They're like on it and serious.
We're just always like, we want to bring fun back into this. We want to have fun with this. We don't need to wear suits. We don't need to do any of this kind of.
I remember our first GSM, a general sales meeting. Never done it before, never seen it. No one on our team had any experience in it, right? And I was just like, okay, what I know is like, how do you make an impression? How do you make an impression? You got all these people that's want to be selling your brand, and they got so many people pitching their brands. So I was just like,
so this is like a meeting with like 250 people.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And these guys are managers, so they'll go back to like say Georgia or New York and have a whole other team to also manage also. So I'm like, and we don't know what it is and don't have any experience. So what we did was wrote out a script. So we did that saying, what is Screwball? It might not be might not solve everything, but it's worth a shot. So that's kind of like how we go in, and then we would just go around and just be like, got itchy butt. We toss in some hemorrhoid cream and they're like, Screwball got you covered. And they're like, what the heck? And then we're just, some of the stuff is like, went to a family reunion and didn't know who it was. We gave them some Plan B pills.
Dude, what's up?
And these guys are suit and tie executive VPs and stuff, and they're just like shocked. And we pick on the president of the company. And over there, I remember the night before, we're like, how do we make an impression? So it was in Austin. I'm driving around, and I'm like, crap, okay, there's a sex shop here, but I'm with my mother-in-law, my daughter, my wife is pregnant. And it was at 11 o'clock. After we ate at Terry Black.
Yeah. That's right down the street. Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, I'm just going to go in there with
You went to Cindy's. You went to Cindy's. That's where you went.
Well, you know this way too good, bro.
I know. That's my old hood. I used to live right down the. No, I used to live like 2 blocks from there.
Yeah, what was it? Wednesday night, Catherine was working, right? Catherine was there. Yeah,
she'd give you 10% off if you ask her. I promise you.
Okay. So we picked on the president of the company, and we're like, you there, sir. Your friend is saying your backside's getting a little dark. So, Screwball got you covered. We gave him some anal bleach.
Oh, dude, damn, y'all almost around.
And he was just like, everyone dropped, and all of a sudden the whole room was just laughing like crazy.
Oh, dude.
Right? And it was just like, we went all in.
I love how he says he did a script and then it's him like messing around, going to whatever.
And then afterwards is that we told our story. Why peanut? Because they thought, hey, okay, this is just a jackass company, like Dick's Last Resort or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
I worked there.
Actually, a story behind that. Why peanut butter? We didn't just one drunken night. I was drinking bourbon, hand over my, scooping peanut butter, swishing like, That's what some people decide, is actually there's a heart and soul to it, from just really third world country and just story of survival. And, we're that ultimate underdog story. And then, so now they're bringing them to tier again. So then I have my team, go present, talk about cocktail. They're in a suit and tie with black pants. And so then they went to the back to get out some handbooks, how to sell it. So they're passing it out. Right. But then while they were going to get that, they actually tear off their tearaway pants, those basketball pants, and they were wearing assless chaps. Those pamphlet. And these guys are just going crazy. Like, oh my God. These guys are awesome.
So Steve is an HR nightmare.
Yes.
I'm sure it was.
My kind of guy.
I can see her over there. She's like, don't tell anymore. You better stop.
Don't say the chaps. Don't say the chaps.
She's like, he's going to say the chaps. I already know it.
San Diego, being only in Arizona, to now launch very quickly all 50 states in less than 6 months. And those guys, all of them have said that was the best general sales meeting I have ever been to, and they told the story how they remember everything.
And to put it in perspective, a lot of people will bring out the celebrities and have like things and all the fluff you could possibly imagine. But it's like you said, just being real, just like shocking people, but then bringing them through the emotion and the connection to the brand.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, that's really cool. I want to know, like, what do you guys do when you're not running your company or being parents? Like, what do you guys do for fun? What is it that you guys enjoy doing?
For me, I love cars. So I love cars. And my passion projects is that I love Dumb and Dumber. That's one of my favorite movies. That's my favorite movie, actually. Yeah. So we built a Shaggin' Wagon, we made a Mercedes Sprinter van and just put shaggy carpets all over it, black shaggy carpets. and you know how I would just work on it with the teams and stuff, and just see, you know, with other professionals to help us with that, like Jonathan Lee, you know, and Aaron. So that we would just, how do we make these van ridiculous?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you go around seeing a sheep wagon and stuff like that. So one of it is like, I like Skrewball. So the sheep should have balls in the back, you know, and so it have tails. So I just have that done. And then when we turn on, if you remove the tail, inside I built a t-shirt gun from inside. So out of the butthole, it shoots t-shirts. So that's what I like to do for fun.
You just became my hero. Like right there. You just cracked my top 5 greatest humans to ever walk this planet. You're up there now.
Brittany's like, why don't you guys start directing questions towards me?
She knows who he is. She knew he was going to do this.
I think he summarized well, right? The old adage: if you love what you're doing, you're never going to work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Asking him what he does in his free time. His free time is like figuring out ways to make the brand even more crazy.
That's awesome.
Although when we did see the car, both of us actually looked at it. I was like, this isn't ridiculous enough. So
that's hilarious, man. That's a great idea.
I have high expectations for how ridiculous he's going to make it.
And you know, last year, when COVID happened, you know, we pivoted pretty quickly. Where I came from, bar industry, and a lot of us, you know, the service industry, we don't really save much money. Because whatever we make that night, we'll go and spend it right away. Our team, we work our ass off, but we want to give it back. You know, it's kind of that brotherhood, that camaraderie of brother and sisterhood, being the bartender. And so for us to like, hey, you're out of a job, and you're like, crap. So we really, you know, made hand sanitizer, I think, well before anyone else did, and started just donating. We donate every single one, didn't charge a single penny. Got a bunch of food packages together where I used my resources from restaurant, you know, back then putting food packages to, you know, for bartenders, service industry, pasta, rice, egg. And this was
when everything was out of the stores and there was
you know, toilet papers, that's ridiculous, you know, toilet papers and stuff. And we were just handed out and just thousands of some wait staff. And then, you know, and then that's when the cheap idea came in, you know. Writing a check is one thing. We wrote a check to we wrote a $500,000 check right away to children, restaurant employee, and bartenders guild. But then, you know what? Let's just go out there and bring some smiles to people's faces when they see this ridiculous looking van, you know, going around the country. So we went from California and we touched about 40 states, and each we did each city with it. We do a donation to a charity, food bank or something, or the at-risk youth camp with basketball. We'll donate 5,000 all across the U.S. And I think we got to see the world. I mean, I went to Sturgis for the first time and had such a blast. I went to, you know, Lake of Ozark and just meeting people and just hearing them and hearing how Screwball was the highlight of their like family dinner for Thanksgiving or Christmas, or how their grandma never takes shots before. She's 90 years old and she's taking shots at Screwball. That type of story really, really just keeps us going.
That's really cool, man.
Where's your in all this traveling, what's been your favorite place that you've gone to? Is there a place that sticks out as like, man, that was a great night, a great time, everything was pretty dope?
Grandma got wasted.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many places, but I think I would have to say Sturgis. Yeah, because I didn't know anything about it. I was just like, hey, let's try to go to an event. You know, we also have to keep the gas going by promoting the brand also. And when I went there, I think I was the only Asian guy there. But
not only that, they were out of promo items, so all they had were our Pride shirts.
Pride shirts. LGBT. Pride shirts. We have like, you know,
that went over well.
Yeah, we have Pride condom that says please screw responsibly.
Oh,
and I went there. I'm like, okay, I did not know what Sturgis is or anything. But I have never been more welcome, met more genuine kind people out there. And it was just like, they just want to have fun. People just want to have fun. And that's what I love. It was just, everybody was welcoming. Everybody was friendly. And I was giving out, I don't have anything, but I have some Pride rainbow colored shirts or Pride condom. They're like, we'll take it. They're having fun. They're all joking around. And it was just, that's what I knew America. That's what I believe America was when when I was in the refugee camp, that everybody get along, all melting pot, people help each other. And I was trying to park the big Sprinter van and tons of bikers trying to pass by. And I'm like, crap, that stereotype Asian can't drive. I can't really drive, to be honest. So I'm like,
you said it,
biker waiting just for me, just to like angle into this spot. You know what? A couple of them all got out, stopped the traffic, and really just guide me through that instead of just cutting through and just cutting it all out. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. So I would say Sturgis is probably one of the most highlight places that I love.
Was Fozzie playing when y'all were there? I think Fozzie did Sturgis last year.
Is that at the Iron Horse or something? I think Saloon or
I know that's Chris Jericho's band. They performed at Sturgis. I think it was last year.
I love Chris Jericho.
Do you?
Before, so.
What? Okay.
Steve,
we're going to talk. We're going to get a good conversation about some Jericho and some other ones. Okay, I didn't know you was getting down like that.
Yeah, we did a charity there. We did it's children firemen there because it's beautiful, but there's a lot of, trees and it does get hot over there. So, we had fun, but also at the same time, be able to give back. So
I think that's part of the Skrewball meaning to us, right? Is that fun and getting people to have fun and connect as well.
That's really cool.
Does the mascot have a name? The black sheep? Does he have a name? Is there a name for him? And is there an actual Blackie?
Blackie. Just trying to get some representation.
We're just Skrewball.
You can just name him Chad.
Curtis is a good sheep name. It's a strong sheep name, Curtis.
What about Chad?
Or Chaz. Yeah.
Chad Sheep, like he's like nah, like that's how a Chad Sheep sounds like. It talks nah.
I guess, man.
Like the Curtis is a good sheep name.
If you want to throw it on there, I'm not. You don't have to pay me anything.
For sure. If you, I can get a costume. I can come to these meetings. I can get a black sheep costume, and I can do the robot on stage while y'all are doing skits and stuff.
Yeah, throwing out anal.
I got a really good running man. Shit. I can Running Man my behind off. He said
he might even get some assless chaps too. Or just chaps, right?
It'll be a sheep costume in the front, assless in the back.
Yeah, dude, that's a great idea. You got him right here, man.
Yeah, man.
He'll probably do that for like a couple bottles of Screwball and like a plane ticket, coach plane ticket to San Diego.
Are you kidding me? I'll do it for a high five and a finger point.
But you guys you also just launched Badass Bartender. Can you tell us about that? Because I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah, no, like Steve said, a part of it was we don't want to just hand over money with the charities. We want to get involved. And our beginning was in the restaurants and the bar industry. And as COVID hit, that industry was getting hit very hard. I know there's industries across, that have been getting hit hard, but that one was in particular close to our hearts. And we wanted to make sure that there would be resources available. And so we had resources available. One, if they wanted to stay in the industry. Two, if they wanted to find out information about how to pivot with their family if they were losing money. And so it was a great project that I linked up with the owner of Women of the Vine and Spirits, who owns a female organization for the spirits industry. And when I reached out to her, she was like, I have this thing and I don't know, it was something she had wanted to launch years ago, but never had the courage. And I was like, what are you talking about? That it's like, it doesn't exist. We need this. And I really encouraged her to do it. And it was really a few months later. And I was like, this is a time that people need this more now than ever. And so there's resources, like we were saying, it's like you can hand people a couple $100, but even better than that, there's they get them an employee assistance program where they can get access to legal help, mental health, any kind of stuff to get them set up where they need to be at a much more cost-effective way.
That's so
and,
cool.
And I think we all agree. I think there's about 60% of bartenders are female, and we know who run the household. Females are badass.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know where I would be without my wife. So
probably alone in a van or something like that, you know?
yeah, I've done that multiple times where we're so there's times I sleep in a van by the river. You know,
jeez,
such a cliche, man.
Like you guys have been to. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sioux Falls.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You know, but
I think he just likes to do it just to say he did it.
yeah, why not?
You guys have been together like your whole lives. Like Chad, I don't know about you, but I don't have a lot of friends that I still talk to from like elementary school or middle school. Like,
really.
Do you guys like still make fun of each other about stuff that happened like 20 years ago? Like, does that ever come up in conversation? Like, yeah, you're the one that skipped school that day, or like, does that
remember
still
when you got puberty late?
I mean, you guys have known each other your whole lives. Are you still cracking jokes from way back when?
I think that, like you said, it's like the biggest like you can almost like you grow up and you're like a different person and you have somebody next to you that'll like still like knock you down a few pegs. Like, don't you remember when you did this?
Like humble. Do you remember when you have a roll backpack? You're not that cool. I was like,
that's so cool.
Yeah, because I know like with my wife, there's only so far back she goes, and there's a whole lot of life before her that she doesn't know. She can never call me out on, but like you guys can't escape that. It's like you guys have known each other your whole lives. Like you're the same dude that used to wear capris,
picked third to last when they was playing basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll see that with his brothers because we were in the same year, and he'll be like saying something to his wife, and I'll be like, "That's not true."
Why you over here lying? That's hilarious, man.
That's interesting. I've never really had a chance to have a conversation with people that have known each other their whole lives that then went on to get married and then start a company together and still be happy. Like
a successful, happy marriage.
It's a great story. Like you don't get to have this conversation with this type of a couple a lot in life. Unfortunately, you guys are a rarity.
Yeah. You guys mentioned earlier you have what's called the Screw Crew. We just want to talk about that. That's not a group of middle-aged people that have sex parties, right? And it's not like a bunch of swings and stuff. Oh, now it's coming together. He asked me about assless chaps and everything. You want to put me in some and shit? I get it now.
Bleaching booty holes.
I'm on to you now, Steven. Yeah, bleaching booty holes. What's going on, brother? We know you're tight, brother.
Those crews, we actually know each other for such a long time also.
Yeah.
They're either bartenders that we work together with, people that we worked in the restaurant with, and we just, hey guys, I open up to a lot of the staff and just be like, who wants to come on this project? Because I don't know anything about it. And we're selling peanut butter whiskey now that everybody thinks is disgusting. But now I think there's like 42 peanut butter whiskey out there. Wow. And there's no hops that with black sheeps on it. And you're like,
that's messed up.
What? But I know that there's no one else that have what we have.
Do you guys have a favorite recipe? Like my wife, she came up with her own little Skrewball recipe. It's I think coffee liqueur, Irish cream, and Skrewball. Do you guys have a favorite recipe, or do you have a recommendation for a good summer recipe?
Yeah, I mean, I like just so when you think of peanut butter, you're like, what could I mix it with? In fact, you could do really everything with it. So think of it like Thai food, like a pot Thai or a papaya salad that have crushed peanuts everywhere.
Yeah.
But you got the sweet, the savory, the spicy, the sour, all in one, and it works. So I love like a mule, Screwball, ginger, bitters, lime, and it's just really refreshing. Or I just even like a little salt on it, like a little salt rim, like salty nuts. On that, or you could even make it really crafty and do like a Screwball old fashioned.
This was so awesome. It was so interesting to talk to you guys, and also it's just so refreshing to see a brand that's as big as you guys are, that's so successful, but also gives back to the community in so many different ways, and all over the country too. It's not just in one little region. It's not just San Diego. It's literally, you guys are talking about going all over the country and helping people from so many different walks of life. It's so refreshing to hear.
No, thank you so much. I mean, this is I mean, I can't believe like we probably don't have anything to talk for 10 minutes and want to do an hour podcast.
Yeah.
Like, this is honestly one of the best where, I mean, I thoroughly enjoy it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Strap, anal bleach, cock and balls.
There's going to be some funny hashtags for this episode here coming up. I can promise you that. That's for sure. But it was so interesting to get to know you guys. We really appreciate it. And just from also from me and Cheatham, because me and him are just huge fans of your guys' stuff. To be able to talk to you is so cool now, to put a face behind.
Yeah, man.
Every time
Definitely.
we're
To
getting
put a face with it and to see that you guys are so down to earth,
Yeah.
so cool, so real, so humble, to hear your story. Like, I'm probably going to go buy a couple bottles.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking that, dude. I was like,
I mean,
dude,
my wife just,
Yeah.
I'm not even playing. My wife
That's
literally
hilarious.
just bought me a bottle over the weekend.
Yeah.
And then she cracked it open herself, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she helped her. I was like, I thought that was my bottle. You
Yeah.
don't see me drinking your wine.
Yeah.
I digress.
I
But
was
it's-
seriously just thinking that during the interview. I was like, dude, I'm passing specs on the way home. I'm about to grab a couple of these.
you already know I stay with a bottle in the cupboard.
Yeah,
but it's really cool to meet you guys and to put a face with it, and to really like it's one of those things where when you meet people and you like them, you think they're genuinely good people, you want to support even more.
Yeah.
And hopefully people that watch this will feel the same way, and they'll want to go
Definitely.
out and support more as well.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Thank you so much. It was such a blast. So
Yeah, so you can find them online at skrewballwhiskey.com. That's spelled SKREWBALL whiskey.com. Twitter at Get Screwed, SKREWED. Instagram at Skrewball Whiskey. Brittany and Steven, we really appreciate you guys coming on. This was so fun.
Fan of you guys for life.
Yeah.
thank you guys. Thanks, Aaron, Chad.
That was a super awesome interview there, brother.
Man, that was great. Man,
So-
they're
They're cool shit.
yeah. Like, I knew they were gonna be cool. I was hoping they're gonna be cool, but I didn't know
That cool.
They were more cool than expected. That's
Yeah,
all. That's an
yeah.
awesome thing when you like
Yeah.
when somebody exceeds your expectations.
Mhm.
It's just like, oh shit! Like, I feel great right now, man.
Yeah, dude. We definitely got to kick it with them sometime, man.
Absolutely.
We're going to be painting the city all kinds of colors.
Man, and you guys need to support, man.
Yeah,
Support
exactly.
Screwball. Like,
That's what's so cool, too, is that, like, this is a company you can get behind, man. This isn't some evil corporation that's, like, fucking poisoning water.
this isn't big alcohol.
Yeah. This isn't a subsidiary of some larger corporation that's doing all kinds of awful shit to the earth. These are cool-ass people that go out of their way to help people in need all over the country, man, of all different walks of life. It's so cool.
Man, yeah, for sure. You want to tell them where they can find us?
Yeah. So you can find us on Instagram at Podcast The Gray Area,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook.com/The Gray Area Podcast, Twitter at Podcast Gray Area. Also go to hotpiemedia.com. You can find all of our previous episodes. You can find our little bios about me and Cheatham on there.
You can find Paranormally.
You can find all kinds of
You can
awesome.
find Big Dan.
Big Dan's playground. Big Dan don't give a shit.
Big Dan don't-
Dog.
Big Dan got knives and shit.
Oh man, I ain't messing with Big Dan, man. But I do want to kick
I
it
think
with
he
him.
did that episode because he
Yeah.
heard us talking shit. He was like, "Oh yeah, I got knives in the studio now."
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
bring
think he
him.
knows we talk, so he's like,
I want to know how he got the machetes past like fucking Jason.
because Jason be sleep,
he
and
does.
it's not like Jason's gonna stop anybody.
He be back. He down there. He gets into like this Asian techno shit. I didn't know this. He's like a
Jason?
Yeah, you would think he's like country music.
No,
type
that
guy.
sounds.
No,
I
dude.
can see that.
Yeah, I came in here one time and he was like, listen to Asian techno and start talking about all these weird Asian DJs I've never heard. I'm like,
I
dog,
mean-
how the fuck do I know this shit?
Because like meth heads are into a lot of shit. They're into a lot of weird shit, dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
Hey, y'all can find me on the Instagram at the
That's
Aaron
Aaron
Cheatham.
Cheatham. Yeah, that's
the
Aaron
Aaron
Cheatham.
Cheatham. Hey, come for me, bro. We here.
Yeah.
I'm here for it all day.
Dog,
Come at me.
fuck.
I want all the smoke.
God damn.
Thank you guys for checking out another episode of the Gray Area Podcast. For Chad, I'm Cheatham. You guys take care of each other. Be safe. And here's mud in your eyes.
Peace.
Thanks for listening. You can find more episodes and all other Hot Pie Media originals baked fresh daily at our home on the web at hotpiemedia.com, the Hot Pie Media YouTube channel, or wherever you listen to podcasts.